right, I hereby call this meeting to order. This is the special magistrate for the city of Delray Beach. Cases will be called in the order in which they appear on the agenda. When you hear your case called, go ahead and proceed to the podium on my left-hand side right over there. The city will present the case and its testimony and evidence. You'll have an opportunity to review any evidence the city has submitted and ask questions of any of the city's witnesses, after which time you can present your own testimony and evidence, and I will make a ruling. This hearing is a quasi-judicial hearing. It is not. The formal rules of evidence do not apply here. However, all testimony is taken under oath under penalty of perjury. So if you're going to testify today, or you think you might testify, or there's a possibility that you might testify, I'd ask that you rise and raise your right hand so that you can be sworn in.
By the authority vested in me as a notary of the state of Florida, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You may be seated.
Do we have any changes to the agenda?
We do not.
Okay. City can call their first case.
Case number 1, 23-1614. The owner's name is Thelia Smith Ellis. Property address is 45 Southwest 12th Avenue, and Code Officer Connor Lee.
Anytime you're ready.
Good afternoon. My name is Clean and Safe Officer Connor Lee, and I'm here regarding a maintenance of building for an unsecured structure violation located at 45 Southwest 12th Avenue. On September 10, 2025, I, Clean and Safe Officer Connor Lee, was notified by Delray Beach PD that the property 45 Southwest 12th Avenue is in an unsafe and unsecured condition with an individual occupying the space. I arrived at the property, meeting with the on-site police officers and the property owner, where I gained access to the property. Upon my inspection, the property was determined to be a duplex where one of the units, 43, was observed to be unsecured and illegally occupied at the time of my inspection. There was an interior fire within the damaged unit in 2023, leaving most of the ceilings charred black, the interior walls damaged, and the interior door and window frames damaged as well. There was no visible evidence of any interior repairs to the unit at the time. Additionally, there were no utility service connected to the unit during the inspection, so the individual occupying the space was running water through a garden hose to the toilet and using multiple extension cords powered by an external power source. There was also visible damage to the exposed electrical panel for the unit. The property is in violation of Delray Beach Code Section 7.8.3, which states all buildings or structures, both existing and new, and all parts thereof, including all materials, fixtures, or appliances installed therein, shall be maintained in a safe, secure, and sanitary condition. A notice of formal hearing was issued on September 11, 2025. The violation was mailed first class and certified on September 12, 2025. We did not receive a confirmation of receipt, and the violation was posted to the property and City Hall on September 15, 2025. As of the last year inspection on September 16, 2025, the violation does still exist. I have 12 photographs and 2 videos taken of the property in question, and I'd like to introduce these photographs as evidence.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Lee. You said that you initially went to the property on September 10th, 2025, correct?
Yes.
And that was due to a complaint of an authorized individual being in the property?
Yes, but it was more for the property just being unsecured as far as...
Correct, right? But you responded with, and the police were there, and a representative from the property was there as well, correct?
Yes.
And they provided you with access to go in and take some of these photos that you're going to see shortly?
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm now showing you has been listed as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. When was this taken and what does it depict?
This was taken September 10th, the beginning of the inspection. It's actually a video. It's just a general video of the ceilings within the property throughout it, just showing the unsafe manner of the structure.
City's Exhibit 2 for identification purposes.
This is still image of one of the ceilings within the rooms of the property.
All right, City's Exhibit 3.
This was also all of the evidence was taken on September 10th. This is another ceiling. As you can see, the wood is a little charred just from the fire back in 2023.
Okay. And that was again on September 10th?
Yes.
All right. Same date, Exhibit 4?
Yes, this is another ceiling and another angle just showing the damage throughout the property.
All right, City's Exhibit 5.
This is showing the doorways mentioned within the script just to give a visual to what was shown. And also taken on September 10th.
Okay. What about Exhibit 6?
This is to show where the property needs to become secured at. As you can see, the window is open and unboarded up, and you can see the the garden hose coming from the window into the toilet.
So the garden hose is, okay.
Yeah.
City's Exhibit 7?
Just another angle to show that the garden hose was connected to, it was an external pump within the toilet.
All right, and that's on September 10th as well?
Yes.
All right, what about City's Exhibit 8?
This is, just a video to get a closer image of the hose, and as you can see, the hose does go into the tank of the toilet to help bring water and help when it flushes, because there were no connected utilities,
Oh, so there's no utilities to this property.
to my knowledge.
City's Exhibit 9?
Just wanted to show the damaged electrical panel that was mentioned in the script, and also taken on September 10th.
Okay, what about City's Exhibit 10?
These are the extension cords that were being used to power whatever devices were within the property, and it was coming from an external power source.
City's Exhibit 11?
This is an outside. I did this I took these photos during the reinspection on September 16th, and just wanted to give a visual that the house there has been steps taken to secure the property. They just need to take a few more to make it fully secured.
Okay.
And yeah, September 16th.
Okay. City's Exhibit 12?
Just another angle showing the front, and to show that the windows have been secured and that there is also a door in the entrance to show that it can be locked.
Okay, so this came under maintenance of buildings, correct? It's violation. So what's still outstanding?
If you go to the next one,
13?
yes, you'll see it's really just the unsecured window right there where the hose was coming through. You can see it on the ground right there, and then any other things that are deemed unsafe.
Okay, so this was taken on September 6th, which was the compliance date, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What about City's Exhibit 14?
It's just another angle showing where some parts of the property are still unsecured and just need to be remedied to come in compliance.
All right, at this time, the city would like to introduce the 14 exhibits into evidence.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
I'm Terrence Ellis. Dee Smith is my mother, and she's out of town right now. She left on the 14th and won't be back till the 21st.
Mr. Ellis, do you have any objections to the photographs the city would like to put in evidence?
No, sir, not at all.
All right, without objection, I'll accept in evidence.
Can we ask him if he has authority to
No.
present?
No,
Your mother doesn't know that
no, I don't. No, she doesn't. She's not even answering the phone. I don't have authority, ma'am.
Do you reside in the property?
Yes, on the other side. But they did say when we pulled the permits, which been going through for 2 years now.
Could be a fact witness.
Yes,
Okay, fact
we've been going
witness.
through like 2 years.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Do you have knowledge of the property?
No, not extensively like that. I lived there, yes, but not like with all this. All I know is she pulled the permits 2 years ago. We've been waiting ever since.
Okay.
Does the city have anything else they want to present?
No, the city doesn't have anyone.
What's the city seeking?
The city suggests 7 days to secure the property or a daily fine of $200 to be imposed.
Mr. Ellis, do you know who secured or at least tried to secure the property?
No, but I will have someone do it, or I will myself.
I can't have you represent your mom if she didn't authorize you to do so, but I will tell you that I'm inclined to follow the city's recommendation here, which is to give 7 days for the property to be secured, or a fine. It's dangerous to have a property that's in that condition As you well know,
Yes, sir.
you probably don't want people going in there and trying
No,
to live in
sir.
there either.
I'm gonna wait 2 years to have all this resolved anyway, sir. So yes, we're in compliance.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
No, sir.
Is there anything else the city needs to present here?
No.
All right, in case 23001614, I make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation of 7.8.3, the unsafe condition of the property. I order the respondent to bring it into compliance by securing the property within 7 days or a fine of up to $200 per day may issue.
Did you say you found proper notice too? I just want to make sure.
I did. I said,
Okay, thank you.
Did I not say it? I thought I said it.
Quick.
Janet, did I say it?
I think so.
All right, for the record, I find the notice is proper.
Thank you.
Sometimes I speak faster than I know.
Case number 225000183. Owner's name is Rettig and Trudy Talbot. The property address is 515 Northwest 12th Street, and Code Officer Susan Frischman.
Good afternoon. My name is Code Enforcement Officer Susan Frischman. I'm here regarding the illicit discharge of swimming pool water into the city street and sewer system located at 515 Northwest 12th Street. On August 29, 2025, I investigated the property at 515 Northwest 12th Street after Enrique Fernandez, Code Enforcement Administrator, was notified by the City of Delray Beach Engineering Department via email that the Engineering Department witnessed illicit discharge coming from the swimming pool going into the city street and sewer system. The Engineering Department took the photos. On August 29, 2025, I did not observe illicit discharge at the property. I met with the resident and he said on August 28, 2025, his hired contractor emptied the pool water to repair pool tiles. A magistrate notice of violation was issued on August 29, 2025. The violation was mailed first class and certified on August 29, 2025. A certified confirmation of receipt was received on September 4, 2025. Regular mail was not returned. The notice of hearing was posted at City Hall on September 4, 2025. I hand delivered the notice of hearing on September 4, 2025. I have 3 photographs taken at the property in question. I would like to introduce these photographs into evidence.
Okay. Thank you. So before we get there, we have another witness. Sir, could you make sure the microphone is on? Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, could you please state your full name for the record?
Yes, my name is Dion Bass. I am a public works engineering inspector.
And how long have you been here with the city?
I've been with Delray Beach here 8 years and 8 months.
Okay, and as a part of your duties and responsibilities, do you at time indicate or report any illicit discharge that you may see throughout the city?
Yes.
And on or about August 27th, just before 28th, did you notice anything at the property located at 515 Northwest 12th Street in Delray Beach, Florida?
Yes.
Okay. And what, if anything, did you observe when you were in the area?
While driving through the neighborhood in the Lake Outer area, I was coming off of Swinton and went into the neighborhood, and I noticed a blue, about 2-inch plastic hose in the road at first, and I just looked to see where it was actually coming from. And once realizing where it was coming from, I got out of my vehicle and took a few pictures.
And did that look odd or atypical to you?
It looked odd because the city doesn't allow any illicit discharges into our storm drainage system. And so we are always on the lookout for those type of violations, which are NPDES violations.
Okay, thank you. I'm now showing you has been previously marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
Yes.
Is this a fair and accurate depiction of the home located at 515 Northwest 12th Street?
Yes.
Did you take this picture as you say you were driving in the area and you noticed the item?
Yes.
Okay. City's Exhibit 2 for identification purposes. Is this an accurate representation of what you observed that day that you reported to code enforcement?
Yes.
And what does it depict?
It shows the blue hose that's about 2 inches in diameter, maybe about 100 or so feet, coming from out of the backyard.
And as you can see, we see this photograph, but you got out of your car and you were able to fully see what was happening through the gate.
Yes,
And could you see it coming from, what did it appear that it was coming from?
from the back of the home of a circle, so the pool.
So it looked like a pool to
Yes.
you. All right, City's Exhibit 3 for identification purposes. What does this depict?
This shows the continuation of the blue hose.
So the blue hose that you're referring to, is this on the, I know we have some greenery here, not any of these cones or anything, right?
No,
This item coming from the side, kind of like going on the side here,
yes,
described that looks blue in nature,
yes,
like a hose.
yes.
And where is this going to in the photograph?
It is in the middle of the street and pouring out into the storm drain on the south side of the street.
And in this photo as well, is there a pool of water? How did you know that it was streaming into the storm?
Because it was actively coming out of the hose, and I observed it going into the storm drain.
So that's what you personally saw with your eyes, correct?
Yes.
At this time, the city would like to introduce the 3 photographs into evidence.
Sir, can you tell me your name, please?
Reddick Talbot?
And you're the owner of the property, sir?
Yes.
Do you have any objections to these 3 photographs being put in evidence?
No.
Thank
Without
you.
objection, I'll accept those photos into evidence. I'm going to let them finish, and then you can tell me. Wait.
So last question, is this type of discharge prohibited in the city?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And after that, you reported it either to your supervisor or the code enforcement department?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't have any further questions. I don't know if the witness has any questions. I'm sorry, the respondent has any questions.
Sir, do you have any questions for either of the city's witnesses?
I'm just curious, at the time that they took the pictures, it does not appear to me that the hose is going into the storm drain. Did you ever see the hose going into the storm drain itself?
Well, when we say into the storm drain, because of where the hose is placed and the direction of the water flow, which leads to the storm drain.
Okay.
So in this picture here, there's a big puddle of water at the end of the hose, correct?
Yes.
And that's near the storm
So
drain?
Yes.
Okay,
So
thank
some
you.
of that water was going into the storm drain, and some of that water was staying out on the road?
The puddle, because of how the roads are made in Delray with a crown, all the roads are designed to go to the swell area and pitch to the drain. So even though there was a pond of water, all that water would eventually end up in the storm drain.
Thank you.
Anything further from the city?
No further questions at this time.
Mr. Talbot?
Was having pool rehabilitation done, hired contractors to do the work. According to their explanation to me, this was the way that they felt was appropriate to discharge the water.
What is the city asking for here?
The city suggests a one-time fine of $5,000 to be paid within 30 days.
Mr. Talbot?
Seems a little excessive in that I hired a contractor. I mean, I suppose I probably, with a little bit more information, probably would have dragged that contractor along with me. I suppose any fine that I get, I'm going to have to go back to the contractor and try to extract some remuneration from him. I have discharged water into my driveway, which is run out into the street in the past. So I don't disagree that this is a little excessive, but it was not, to the information that it was given to me by the contractor, this was an appropriate way for them to have dealt with it.
Well, I'm not a contractor, and I don't do repairs on pools, but I've been sitting in this seat long enough to know that the city of Delray Beach takes discharges into their stormwater system very seriously for any number of reasons, including the most basic of which is, of course, the quality of the water in the city. But even if they weren't so concerned about that, the city is also responsible to the state for making sure that their stormwater system is maintained properly, and so they can get in trouble if they don't enforce these rules as well. Fundamentally, it's not really, I mean, as a magistrate, I really only have a very specific job, which is I read the code section and I hear the facts and I determine whether the facts constitute a violation of the codes. And there's really no dispute factually here. It's just, I mean, it's pretty clear that a violation occurred. Normally in a code enforcement matter, I would give the respondent a certain amount of time to correct. In other words, they did something, here's 2 weeks to fix it, or a fine happens, which you may have noticed is sort of how I formulated the first version of this. Though the city didn't expressly say it, what they're asking here is for me to make a determination that this bell can't be unrung, that, you know, the chemicals or whatever was in your pool and that water went into the storm drain, and that's there, and you can't fix it. So they're asking me to fine you.
Point of information, there have been no chemicals in the pool for a period of time. So if that has any, bearing in the matter, I mean, this was a pool that was getting prepared to be repaired, so there was no reason to have any kind of chemicals in it. We had not put chemicals in it for a week or two, so it was limited chemical discharge, I would say.
Let me ask the city, how did you arrive at that fine amount? What's the basis for that?
I think just based on the severity of it, I mean, it was an entire pool and discharge into the stormwater system, and so it wasn't just like, sometimes it's a little bit of water or a bucket, but a pool with chemicals, and that he admittedly saying, while the respondent is saying it wasn't as much chemicals as it would have normally been, but it did have chemicals in it. So that is a significant amount of water. So that's why we presented that fine.
Mr. Talbot, I can't let you off the hook here because the city's case is sound. I will give you a little bit of a break because I sense that you did not know that you were doing this wrong. It's not a defense per se, but it does weigh on me a little bit about what the appropriate fine is. I'm going to reduce the city's fine to $3,500, but yeah, you can't do this. It's you can't discharge pool water into the code. So in case. Case number with me, 25000183. I'm going to make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find a violation of 53.012A occurred, which is a discharge into the sewer system from the pool. I'm going to issue the nature of that discharge is irreparable in nature. I'm going to issue a one-time fine in the amount of $3,500. I can give you time. Ma'am, I can't take comments from the crowd, and at this point I've already ruled, so there's no testimony more to take. I can give you additional time, sir.
Additional time to do what? I can't remedy this. It's not as if I'm capable of going back and taking the water back.
To pay the fine before the city is authorized to pursue other measures.
What would the other measures be?
Well, potentially they could put a lien on the property.
And to make an appeal to this, I need to have a recording of this. And I thought about making a recording with my phone and I didn't. So is there any record being made of this proceeding?
Yes.
Okay, so I can get access to transcript or recordings of this if I choose to make an appeal.
Yes.
Okay, and what's the appeal process?
Sir, I'd suggest you consult a lawyer. I can't give you legal advice. Like I said, I can give you time.
Your ruling is final. You see no other way than to charge me $3,500 for an error that, unfortunately, I was not aware of in terms of what this pool contractor told me.
Sir, at the end of the day, the way that code matters work is the owner of the property ultimately is responsible for what happens on it. Like I said, I can give you time. You just have to ask me.
I would like to request time.
How much time do you need?
6 months.
Ms. Warren?
6 months. We would object to 6 months. We're open to whatever you think is fair, but six months appears.
I'll give you 90 days.
Appreciate you. Lord.
Call the next one.
Case number 3, 25000214. Owner's name is Lidor Seisinger. Property address is 347 Northwest 6th Avenue, and the code officer is Mark Woods.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Code Officer Mark Woods with the City of Delray Beach, and I'm presenting case number 25-0214. The address of occurrence was 347 Northwest 6th Avenue in Delray Beach, and I became involved in the case on 9/16/25. A community residence at that address failed the assessment by the Florida Association of Recovery Residents, and the certification was revoked by their board on 9/11/25. This certification is required for approval for a permit to operate a community residence in the city of Delray Beach through our Development Services Department. The Development Services Department notified the Code Enforcement Department, and a violation was issued on September 16th, 2025. The violation was mailed first class on September 16th. The compliance date was required by the 17th of September, 9/17/25. No confirmation receipt had been received yet, and regular mail was not returned yet. The violation was also posted at the property on 9/16/25. The compliance was ordered for the next day due to the welfare and concern for the occupants of the residence in this certification maintenance process. The compliance was not achieved in the 24 hours given. So the city is going to suggest that the owner of the property be ordered to cease operations on the property of this recovery residence by the Safe House organization. And as of tomorrow at this time, or face a fine of $500 a day.
So for clarification,
Yes.
The compliance was for 24 hours from yesterday. We'll present our recommendation once we go through the hearing, if you don't mind, Mark.
Okay.
Just want to present
All
some
right.
other testimony.
I got you.
Okay, thank you. Are you finished
Yes.
with the rest of your script? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. At this time, the city, I don't know if the respondent or representative who was here has any questions for Mr. Woods before I proceed to the next
Tell me your
witness.
name, please.
Hi, yeah, I'm the landlord, Lido.
Schlesinger?
Yes, you said it correctly, good.
Mr. Schlesinger, are you the owner of the property?
Yes, I am.
Do you have any questions for the officer?
I wanted to see how much more time can we get. I think in 12 hours.
That's a debate for a little bit later. I'm just asking if you have any factual questions
I
about what he said.
understand. Yes.
All right, go ahead.
All right, thank you. At this time, the city would like to call Miss Amy Alvarez. Could you please tell us what your position is here with the city?
Assistant Development Services Director.
And as a part of your duties and responsibilities, do you kind of oversee homes or have someone in our city that oversees homes that potentially need fire certification?
Yes, our department processes those requests.
Okay. And are you familiar with the home located at 347 Northwest 6th Avenue?
Yes.
And was the city advised that this home had lost their fire certification?
Yes.
And could you just briefly tell us what fire certification is?
FAR stands for the Florida Association of Recovery Residences, so it provides certification that they're allowed to legally operate. They go through a review process to make sure everything is, I guess, good for the residents.
And I'm now showing you it has been marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes. Do you recognize this?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you recognize it to be?
It's a letter from FAR dated September 12th, providing formal notice to the Safe House Sober Living operators that their FAR certification has been revoked, effective immediately.
And is it within the normal course of business? Okay. Is it within the normal course of business for the city to receive these types of letters or be CC'd on these types of letters so that FAR can notify the city if a property is no longer certified?
When there is a certification issue, yes.
Okay. So in this particular case, this letter was then added to the file for this property, correct?
Correct.
And in this particular case, there were some concerns regarding this property, and FAR indicated why the revocation was there, correct?
Correct.
And some of the concerns were background screening issues, and other issues with the property, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And based on that, there were also some life and health safety concerns, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what was that based on the letter?
The letter from FAR indicates the mail property remains. Okay, sorry. The mail property remains in a state of disrepair as documented during a field assessment by FAR staff on September 11, 2025, and previously noted during your suspension period.
Okay, so there were some concerns with the operation of that property, correct?
Correct.
I just want to just show you what I'm about to give to the magistrate. Okay. At this time, the city would like to introduce Exhibit 1 into evidence.
Mr. Schlesinger, do you have any objection to this?
I didn't read it before.
Do you want to look at it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Pass this to the clerk, please. Thank you. At this time, the city would like to introduce City's Exhibit 1 into evidence. Thank you.
Mr. Schlesinger, do you have any objection to this document?
No.
Got objection, so admitted. I'm marking it as City's Exhibit 1.
And this is, and prior to an actual revocation, FAR does notify and let the city notify if properties are suspended or having other issues, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, use the microphone.
Correct.
And had we received any information regarding this property before?
Yes. On August 7th, FAR copied the city on an email to the to the Safe House Sober Living email indicating that they were suspended.
Okay.
And the suspension is referenced in the revocation letter.
And based on this, the loss of the certification, is that a violation of the city's Code of Ordinance 2.411E10A that states that the properties who operate in this manner must have that certification?
They must have that certification.
Okay. Thank you.
It's just so I understand. So under the city code, a recovery residence is required to have a FAR certification to operate as a recovery residence?
Yes, so they have to not only have that along with the certification, they have to obtain the necessary zoning and licenses, business licenses as well in the city.
The city has additional requirements. We have separation requirements, actually. So
It's necessary but not sufficient. They need it, but they need more things too.
No, okay, well, yeah,
yes,
that's one of the things that they need.
one of the things
One
that
of the
they need.
requirements, correct.
it's the primary thing that they need.
Okay. All right.
We don't have any further testimony. Thank you, Ms. Alvarez.
Mr. Schlesinger, it's your turn.
I was not aware that the license expired, and I wanted to see what is in 12
I
hours.
think, sir, just to make sure that we're talking about the same things, I don't think it expired. I think it was revoked,
Revoked. Sorry.
which
Revoked.
is a meaningful difference, I think. Right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Revoked. And I wanted to know. You said that I have 12 hours to evict them.
No.
Okay.
What I said was is that you have 12 hours to cease operations of that business on your property.
Meaning that how much time I have till they will get out from the property.
There's several ways to achieve compliance here, and we're gonna discuss this a little bit further.
Okay, why don't we, since apparently that's where Mr. Schlesinger wants to go, why don't we discuss what the city is asking here, and then maybe we can get some understanding about what it is that Mr. Schlesinger is.
The essence of it is the business that leases your property has
Mhm.
lost its ability to operate in the city of Delray Beach. So you need to take care of that problem on your property by ceasing operations by that business. That doesn't mean that another business that's certified to operate
Okay.
and qualified and approved can operate that business on your property.
Okay. Understand.
But for the purposes of the health, safety, and welfare of the people that are tenants in that property, they have to be overseen by somebody who's certified to do so.
Okay. I understand.
Officer, what is the city's asking for? What are you asking me to do?
So we're asking to cease operations or like stop what they're doing, acting in that manner, or come into compliance with the code. At this point,
And how much time?
hold on. I mean,
I mean, presumably they could be in the code one of two ways, right? They could cease operation, or they could obtain the necessary certifications and documents, right? One or the other would be compliance, right?
correct.
So how much time is the city asking for?
1 moment.
We're talking about as soon as possible, and that's the difficulty we're having. It's because the welfare of these people are dependent upon getting the care from somebody who's certified to deliver it in the state of Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I understand sort of the
So,
dilemma here,
okay,
right? Because
so
the
let
city
me-
wants them to operate lawfully, right, so that it's safe. On the other hand, if I give them, say, 12 hours, I mean, where are these residents going to go? Can you move them out? People
So
here
what
obviously
we
want
have,
to-
what we have done, and this is a side note, and because typically, we don't really discuss or provide those type of specific recommendations during a hearing. We always ask them to talk to staff, but we have reached out to FAR and city staff. We also have trained city staff members who do have resources that can help the individuals. So, really, I guess if you want some numbers here, right, cease operation, which would mean assisting these people find somewhere else to go because they can't, it's unpermitted for them to be in that property, I mean, we can probably give them another 24 hours since this was yesterday, so that's
So I have to put a compliance date. of
right,
some kind.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I would say cease operations, but if they again want to continue with that, then if we want to say cease operations and give them a chance to try to come into compliance in another manner, 90 days maybe.
Let me just ask. While you guys figure that out, Mr. Schlesinger, what are you trying to do here?
I would say usually eviction process 30 to 60 days to evict someone that didn't pay landlord. So if we have two options to fix the certification, so I will ask for more time. That is much more than 24 hours.
Well, the concern is for 90 days, you know, we have these individuals living in these conditions, which have been outlined by staff and FAR. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, there's two different issues, right? One is a resident issue, right, which is you have residents and that can take time, but you also have a facility that has to be overseen under very specific circumstances. And so if I gave you a lot of time, let's say I gave you 30 days hypothetically, right, then I would be essentially allowing this facility to operate unlicensed for an extended period of time. And I'll be honest, Mr. Schlesinger, I'm not prepared to do that.
What is the maximum that you are willing to?
So what specifically is the city asking me to do?
so I would say 24 hours to cease operations, and we do have staff and FAR that are prepared to
Does
assist.
cease operations mean move the people off the premise?
Because they're not allowed to be residing there in that manner based on this type of residence.
What is the concern? That's what I have. What is unsafe? How come
Sir,
everybody
I
thinks
can't, like I
it's
said in
unsafe?
the previous case, I can't take testimony. If Mr. Schlesinger or the city wants to, hold on a second. If Mr. Schlesinger or the city wants to call additional witnesses, I can hear them. But I can't just take people yelling from seats.
Okay. So Nick is the manager of the sober
Do
living.
you want him to testify for you?
Yes, he can. For me, he will give his version, so you can
It's
hear all the
your,
facts.
it's your case, so if you think
Yes.
he'll help your case, you can
Yes.
call him.
Yes, and
Right.
then we can hear all the info.
All right, were you sworn in,
Yeah,
sir?
I'll do it again.
You don't have to do it again. If you
All right.
once is more than enough.
My name's Nick Connor. I own Safe House Sober Living, and I opened it 5 years ago. I had 347 Northwest 6th Ave. I had 129 Central Ave in Delray Beach, and 324.
I can see your properties in the letter.
324 Sterling. What I'm asking is to call any complaints, any overdoses, any unsafe measure, and there's
Sir,
guys in the.
just for clarity, because I just want to save us some time. I'm
Yeah.
not a judge.
Yeah, no.
I'm not holding you in criminal trial for anything. I'm a city special magistrate. I have a very limited role. As I explained in the previous case, I listen to the facts and I look at the evidence and I compare it to what the city code requires. And this particular case, what the city is telling me, it's not a judgment on you personally or your business or any of that. What the city is telling me is that this business being operated in the city without the FAR certification is in violation of the code. And as I understand it, I believe that is accurate. So whether or not it's a good business or a bad business, whether or not you're doing good, I don't know. I just know that it can't operate without this certification.
So the reason they took the certification is because I can't pass a level 2 background check, which they knew 5 years ago when they gave me the certification. So when it came up for renewal, somebody put my level 2 background check through, and I got arrested when I was 18. So
All that's already been adjudicated.
yeah, and now what I'm asking is for, not even me. I want to hand the business over to her, and the guys in the house, they don't have nowhere to go.
Okay, and nobody's asking them to.
I'll step away from it.
Is there
Mark.
somebody that's certified?
You can't get certified that fast. It's in the process. It's in the process. The new LLC in her name, because I can't pass a level 2 background check. But I did it for 5 years.
How long would it take you to get somebody certified?
Well, you have to do that CRA. I can get a CRA. I can get one today. I can get somebody that will be a CRA. Huh?
How come you haven't?
Because I want to go a different route. I don't want to go far. That's not the only governing body that you can have a community living. Because unfortunately, the FAR certification states that you can only take people with substance abuse. It's not just substance abuse people that come to my house. It's not. And it's coming from the treatment centers. So if I get a guy that says I'm on opiates, but he's really got a severe mental health problem, I can't help him under
All
that
right.
FAR certification the proper way, because he really has a mental health problem.
All right, so my inclination is to do 48 hours here to give him a chance to come into compliance or cease operation. Does that work for the city, or is there a reason why that?
That's fine, or a fine of how much?
What was the city asking? I didn't even
We
write.
were asking for, I believe
We're
it's,
asking for $500 a day on this property.
All right, Mr. Cannon, I'm going to give you 48 hours to figure out how to bring this into compliance with the city. I hope you're able to manage that, but if you're not, then you have to stop until you can figure out how to do it in a way that complies with the city code. Do you understand? All right. All right, just for the record, in case 25000214, I'm going to make the following findings of fact and law. I find notice is sufficient. I find the property in violation. If you're going to have a conversation, please take it outside.
I want
Find the property in violation of 2.4.11E10A, which is operating facility without proper certifications. I'll give the respondent 48 hours to bring the property into compliance or cease operation, or a fine of up to $500 per day may issue. Good luck. I hope you're able to figure it
Can
out.
I ask for more than 48 hours or no? That's
What would you
insane.
ask me for?
A week, because you have to get the EIN number. An EIN number could take up to 3 days. That's the only reason I'm asking. It's already in the process. I just have to call and say transfer.
Let me see what does the city think.
again, I asked for 24 hours, just based on the nature of this. But I will leave it up to your discretion.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you 72, but you'll have to move quickly, because I can't just let it continue if it's not certified. It's inherently problematic, but I'll give you 72 hours.
Case number 4, 25000215. Owner's name is Dorrit and Harrian Wittenstein. Property address is 14947 Watley Road, and the code officer is Mark Woods.
Before we begin, can we see who's here on behalf of the respondent so we don't have an issue like we had the last case?
Ma'am, can you tell me your name, please?
Dorrit Wittenstein.
You have to speak
Can you
into the
step a
microphone.
little louder into the microphone, please?
Dorrit Wittenstein.
So you're one of the owners of the property, ma'am?
Me and my husband. I just want to say something before we start. I'm not so familiar with what's going because my mom died and I keep spending a lot of time overseas with my 94 years old dad. So I need my daughter who's taking care of
You
it.
can bring her up.
Thank you, Ms. Thompson.
Hi,
And your
Okay.
name, ma'am?
Michelle Wittenstein.
And that's your mom?
Correct.
All right, I'm going to let the city present the case, and then I'll let you guys respond, okay?
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Mark Woods, Code Enforcement Officer with the City of Delray Beach, and I'm presenting case number 25-0215. A community residence was identified as Hollywood Sober Home, 14947 Watley Road, was found to be advertising for sober clients in recovery on social media. The community residence is not registered with the City of Delray Beach, nor is it certified to provide recovery housing by the Florida Association of Recovery Residences. I don't have any photos to present as evidence. The magistrate violation was issued on September 16, 2025. The magistrate violation was mailed first class and certified mail on 9/16/25. The property was posted on 9/16/25, and the compliance date was required by 9/17/25. Confirmation not received, regular mail was not returned, and the violation was posted on the property, as I said, on 9/16/25. The community residence is not registered or certified to provide recovery housing, and compliance was not achieved. I made contact with the owner yesterday. I contacted her on the phone and ensured that she would be here for the.
How did you know it's operating as a recovery residence?
Saw it on Facebook, advertising for sober clients on Cash Pay Halfway House website on Facebook.
So we also have another witness. We have a copy of the advertisement from Development Services. They're the ones who
Sorry,
initially.
jumped the gun a little there. Go ahead.
Sorry, you can finish, Mr. Woods, and then.
That's it. That's
Okay.
we'll get to the.
So at this time, the city would like to call Ms. Amy Alvarez.
Yes.
Please state your full, what position you hold with the city.
Assistant Development Services Director.
And are you familiar with the property located at 5800 Northwest 63rd Way? Oh, I'm so sorry. 149947 Watley Road in Delray Beach, Florida.
Yes.
And is that, we've heard the testimony of Mr. Woods, is this the property related to the unauthorized community residents in the city of Delray Beach without FAR certification?
Yes.
And did someone in your department investigate whether this home was attempting to operate as a community residence?
Staff was notified that there were online posts regarding the operation
So
of
you
a
rec-
community residence.
All right, so you received notice, and did staff view the notifications?
The information that was posted online, yes.
Yes. And now showing what's been previously marked as City's Exhibit 1 for identification purposes, do you recognize this?
Yes, from our records.
And on or about when did staff receive this or obtain this or view
In
this?
April of this year.
So is that on or near April 22nd, 2025?
Yes.
And is this the public advertisement for a new men's sober home with 5 bedrooms opening as of May 1st?
Yes.
All right. And in that notification, it had specifications, the costs, and what, how this property would operate?
Yes.
Okay. And in that as well, there was a Mr. Westcott, who has indicated that they were trying to get certified, but they weren't SPAR certified, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right. Thank you. And now, let me show you the answers before I take the magistrate.
Okay. Thanks.
At this time, the city would like to introduce City's Exhibit 1 into evidence.
Do either of you have an objection to this?
No.
All right, without objection, this will be Exhibit 1, so marked as such.
And then upon, receiving this information and conducting the investigation and looking at the posts, did staff look into the status of that property as a community residence in the city records?
Right. Our records indicate there's never been an application submitted for a community residence at this address.
And did you also contact FAR to confirm that this is also not a FAR certified residence?
Yes.
We have no intention of applying for FAR.
Okay.
It's not what we
Ma'am, I'll let you present your side, but please let the city finish before you interrupt, okay?
And based on your review of the records, the investigation of Mr. Woods, would this be the type of property that would have had to apply for application under City Code 4.33 I1 and obtain FAR certification to operate in that manner?
Based on the advertised information, yes.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any. Mr. Woods, did you also go to the property and talk to any individuals
Yes,
living there?
I'm familiar with the property. I didn't speak to anybody there, but I'm familiar with the property, and I went by it recently.
Okay,
It's a
so can you?
5-bedroom home that would support up to 10 people.
Okay, thank you. That's it. Thank you. No further testimony from the witnesses.
Okay, your turn.
Yes, I see that there was an ad there by one of the occupants that manages the home. So is the next step to do an application for the community residence? To continue.
I don't give you next steps. Like, I mean, if it's in front of me, I have a very simple task.
Mm-hmm.
Is the operation of this home in violation of the city code? If it is yes, then I find a violation. If it is no, I find that there is no violation.
Okay.
The time to do the steps is long before it shows up in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, we weren't aware that there wasn't the proper applications in place at the time, but we're happy to be in compliance and take whatever measures we need to.
When I spoke with the gentleman yesterday, I told him that we have no intention. We don't do we don't deal with any side of alcohol or drug treatment. We just provide the shelter. We have some rules, but we make sure that they go to the meeting and stuff like that. I have
Who
three
is Scott
residents.
Westcott?
He's the manager. He basically just oversees the house. There are only 3 residents, 2 of which are in their 70s, we drive them to dialysis every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, and then the other resident is a veteran, Navy veteran. So,
May I ask some questions?
Please.
Okay, so I just want to get clarity on the type of arrangement. This one's easier to talk to. This microphone is a little easier. I just wanted some clarification of the type of arrangement. This is a single family home, correct?
correct.
And within there, you're providing, you do have people living there that have substance abuse issues, or
The older gentlemen, the two older gentlemen had a previous in,
But
past years, but they're
They have to
clean
be
and
clean.
sober,
okay, and they need some type of rehabilitative help or
I
any
mean, they
help.
go to meetings,
So they go to substance abuse meetings,
AA meetings,
AA.
yeah.
AA meetings, and then you also say that you also provide transportation to take them to different appointments.
Just the gentleman who requires
Dialysis.
dialysis and doesn't have enough funds to Uber himself over there.
Okay, and they're not related. They're not family members.
The three gentlemen?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Thank you. And they have to pay to be there, correct?
Just like any other tenant would, yes.
All right.
And
They're
just for the record, the city's definition of family when it comes to a single-family home that you purchase, that you don't live in, that you're renting out to tenants, it's up to 3 unrelated adults. After 3 unrelated adults, they have to come into the city to get a permit from our planning and zoning department for whatever kind of group home you're gonna do.
Okay.
Rooming houses aren't
Just
legal
stop.
to just put 10 people in a 5-bedroom house.
They're,
So anything you're doing with sick people or people in recovery or any of that is gonna require some kind of permission from our
Understood.
planning and zoning department and
So-
development services.
Thank you for the clarification. Thank you, Mr. Wood.
Yes.
I don't have any other questions.
What's the city asking for?
The city's asking that they cease operations as a recovery residence and a community residence, providing any kind of care for people that are at risk from the addiction problem. And stop advertising and do all that until the point that you come in and register with the city and get everything approved, because our development services department has to look at the layout of your house, the number of parking spaces, and all this different data before they can tell you how many people can live in the house. So please don't open the business before you get your business license.
And we're asking that
Understood.
be done within 24 hours, ceasing the operations.
As mentioned before, 2 of the gentlemen are in their 70s, and the other one requires dialysis care. I don't know if we're going to be able to find them other arrangements in 24 hours. However, we are willing and able to go into compliance, do the proper application measures needed. There's no intention of having 10 individuals in the home. Although there are 5 bedrooms, it's not how it's currently operating. So
I'll give you 72, like I gave the other one, to either come into compliance or cease operations.
Who do I see now when we leave? Yeah.
And how long does the application take to be
To be
processed? And
I'm gonna direct the city to, we're basically done here, so you can grab the city officials
Thank
and
you
talk
so
to them
much.
about how to comply. But as in the case of all things like this, you just can't operate this unless you have the proper licenses. And it's not just because the city wants to prevent you from doing
No,
business,
I
because the
get
city
it.
wants
We
to make
didn't
sure you're
know.
safe.
I do
Yeah.
apologize.
Yeah,
tried to
we just feel
proceed
bad
the
for
right
the,
way. We didn't know.
old guys.
I do too. On the other hand, I don't want to be the one where they ask, well, the magistrate let this go on and then something bad happened, right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to give 72 hours or a fine of up to $500 per day. I'm going to note that notice is good and sufficient. All right, for the record, I have the minutes from June 18th and August 20th, and they're hereby deemed approved. That's all I got to do today, right?
Yes.
All right. There being no further business before us, we're adjourned.